Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Traveling While Black.
We're taking you on our third and final episode of our Exploring the Kitsap Peninsula series, and on this episode, it's all things Bremerton.
The Kitsap Peninsula is one of Western Washington's most attractive gems, and this comes as no surprise if you have been following along on our exploration of the Kitsap Peninsula series.
From our first episode of the series, where we base camped in a town that visibly connects to its cultural history, to the second episode of the series, where we explored the peninsula's supernatural connection to its history. Along the way, we highlighted all the great fun to have within, as well as all of the ways to access the Kitsap Peninsula from Seattle.
The amazing drive grade and level of fun scores definitely support the viability of the Kitsap Peninsula. Still, we thought another round of reinforcement couldn't hurt. And what better way than to wrap up the series is by exploring the biggest city on the peninsula, Bremerton.
Bremerton is a city that is home to an important contributor to the region's economy. Bremerton is also a city that, in a way, helped seed the inspiration that led to the creation of some legendary music. And for this series, it is a city that is the perfect microcosm of the great experiences to be had within the Kitsap Peninsula overall.
On this episode, we're going to demonstrate just how that is. Welcome to TWB's exploration of the Kitsap Peninsula series, Episode 3, Wrap Up in Bremerton. Once again, it's time to shout out our base camp for this trip to the Kitsap Peninsula, the Hampton Inn and Suites, Bremerton.
Not only are the rates light on the pocket, its location in Bremerton is super convenient. I mean, you can easily walk onto the ferry in Seattle, walk off in Bremerton, and right up to the hotel.
Not bad. Now let's get into exploring.
What's most noticeable about the city of Bremerton is its connection to the United States Navy. A connection that goes far back as the city's existence.
In the late 1800s, the U.S. government was looking for a place to repair their fleet in the Pacific Northwest. Thus, Navy Lieutenant Ambrose Wyckoff was tasked with finding that location.
The lieutenant would formally recommend a location around Sinclair Inlet because of its deep, well-sheltered natural harbor, mild winter, and access to timber. In 1891, Congress appropriated the funds to establish the naval station Puget Sound. 1891, back when Congress could get something done, huh?
Shortly after 1901, the city of Bremerton, Washington was established by William Bremer, a man who had been a vocal lobbyist for the Navy base.
The same man, according to historians, years earlier purchased the land for the town for around $3 an acre, and then turned around and sold some of that land to the Navy for $50 an acre.
Just like Poulsbo and its connection to its Scandinavian roots, Bremerton's Navy connection is still seen today. And just like the rest of the Kitsap Peninsula, the city today offers a variety of great options for things to do.
Like great options for museums, along with the really great museums we've shown you in our previous visits, including a Navy-themed museum. Bremerton itself also has some really great options.
We actually checked out 2 of these Bremerton museums during our haunted exploration of the Kitsap Peninsula, the Kitsap History Museum and the USS Turner Joy U.S. Naval Destroyer Museum.
Yes, these museums are great to visit, not just for ghost hunting during spooky season, but for learning all year round.
Another great aspect of the Kitsap Peninsula is the many options for connecting to nature. Like the hikes we ventured on in Port Ludlow Falls, we were able to get outside in a really great park within Bremerton, Evergreen Park.
Along with beautiful views and nature, Evergreen Park offers courts, a playground, picnic tables, and a paved walkway. Yes, this is a great park, but you know, Bremerton also has to have at least one Navy-inspired park. So there's Harborside Fountain Park.
The Kitsap Peninsula's connection to nature isn't just limited to parks, it's also embodied in the many amazing gardens. In Bremerton, we not only got to experience an extraordinary garden, we got to tour it with the individual responsible.
And who is somewhat a legend. Dan Robertson, who some consider to be the father of American bonsai, owns Elandan Gardens with his wife Diane. What's just as amazing as the garden is the fact that where it sits used to be a landfill.
After securing a lease with the city of Bremerton in 1993, the Robinsons began to build their vision, a garden filled with world-class bonsai and landscape artistry. We actually got to tour the world-renowned garden with Dan himself.
This was a really dope experience. Listening to Dan give insight in and how he sees the art of bonsai and learning the inspiration behind his style of American bonsai that challenged conventional rules and defined a new style. Dang, I didn't think bonsai could be that interesting.
The chance to experience a world-class attraction is yet another great thing about the Kitsap Peninsula. Even with it being true that the Kitsap Peninsula's outdoor nature can be a seasonal, weather-permitting activity, there are plenty of other things happening all year round.
In Bremerton, we experienced a variety of options that really speak to this, and I mean variety. Like a glass fusion class at Eastern Wind Glass. We stopped in for a quick lesson in the glass studio / craft shop.
On our visit, we used the class as an opportunity to prepare for Christmas and make 2 holiday-style bowls that after a trip to the kiln will make for 2 great Christmas gifts.
When we said that we tried a variety of different activities within Bremerton, we weren't lying. We even did karaoke.
At Beyond Karaoke, they offer the only private karaoke rooms in the Kitsap Peninsula. Yes, private rooms are probably the only way we'll be able to sing in the public.
And finally, the amazing events that take place around the Kitsap Peninsula is absolutely the same in Bremerton. We even got to experience one of those great community events during our visit to the city.
The Bremerton First Friday Art Walk happens every first Friday of the month throughout downtown Bremerton. The free event celebrates art and community with music, food trucks, and, of course, art.
One of the main hubs of the Art Walk brought to mind the fact that Bremerton was once the hometown of an American music icon.
In 1943, at the age of 10, Quincy Jones moved with his family to Bremerton when his father took a job in the naval shipyard.
During his time in Bremerton, he was introduced to his love for music. Mr. Jones would eventually move to Seattle, join a band, meet Ray Charles among others, then the rest was history.
Today, the city honors his legacy with Quincy Jones Square, an area dedicated to celebrating his musical contributions. Inside the Kitsap History Museum, you can even see the piano on which Mr. Jones learned to play piano.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing that the Kitsap Peninsula offers a lot of great options for that is also found in abundance in Bremerton: food and drink.
Like cafes and bakeries to help jumpstart the day, Bremerton is filled with great options like Vigor, Saboteur Bakery, and Cafe Corvo.
Of course, there are great options if you need more of a sit-down, bigger breakfast. In Bremerton, we really enjoyed the breakfast at Amelia's Hangar, a restaurant inspired by the famous aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart.
Not only was the food delicious, but it's pretty cool enjoying planes taking off from the runway at the Bremerton Airport. Of course, the options for dinner around the Kitsap Peninsula are just as amazing. In Bremerton, we got to try some amazing pizza at Evergreen Pizza.
The pizza at Evergreen's Pizza isn't the only popular food item there. You have to try their signature meatballs. We definitely recommend dropping in for a slice or even 8. Yes, Bremerton is just like the Kitsap Peninsula overall, in that it offers a lot to be enjoyed.
The great time and amazing restaurants and activities were all reflected in the perfect level of fun grade we broke down last episode, and the abundance of ways to reach the Kitsap Peninsula landed to a great drive grade score.
But true to the mission of our show, the question remained: what would our comfortability for Black people scale say about the Kitsap Peninsula?
Comfortability for Black people. Throughout our journey exploring the Kitsap Peninsula, we encountered welcoming environments and met some really nice people who live and work within. So we are confident that our comfortability score will confirm our experience.
But we couldn't pass up the opportunity to hear from a friend who currently lives on the Kitsap Peninsula and has always lobbied for us to visit.
I'm Tristan Wiley, aka DJ Twilight. I'm an education administrator and also a professional DJ. We moved to Washington State in 2021. Actually, while watching Traveling Wild Black videos, we made that decision. We ended up moving to Renton, Washington. We lived there for about 2 years, and then we decided we really liked it. And so we started thinking about purchasing a home. And when we started looking at the real estate market in the Seattle metro area, we realized it was very pricey. $1 million homes for basic 2 and 3 bedrooms. We decided we didn't want to go that route. Also considering the fact that my wife at the time was working in Seattle, we had to consider the commute. From there, we had to go on a journey of finding a home. We looked at Tacoma, Puyallup, and all these other places. And then we just landed on Bremerton. We saw that there's a ferry that connects Bremerton to Seattle. Pricing of the homes were way better. It was just in a great neighborhood. It's a military town. And so we decided, we'll put down roots here in Bremerton, here in Kitsap County. It's been amazing. My kids are settled in, great schools. The neighborhood is very safe. It's beautiful everywhere you go. You see mountains or you see water. It's got great food. It's got some soul here.
But how would you describe his experience as a Black resident?
It's very diverse. My neighbors are Black and Filipino on one side and Filipino on the other, because this is a military town. They just opened up the Quincy Jones Square. We have the Marvin Williams Athletic Center here, so Black culture is represented, not as largely as other metro areas. I gotta say, for Black people here, it's been a very great experience.
That is great to hear and aligned with what we had been experiencing.
But what does our scale have to say? We are obviously giving both points for personal feelings during our visit.
We can also give both points for visibility of signs and artifacts of inclusion, as we saw plenty throughout our visits.
We can also give both points for prevalence of Black history, specifically for the exhibits within the Undersea Museum in Keyport that spoke to African American contributions.
And of course, the Quincy Jones Square, which includes a mural created by Cadavian Baylor and other local artists. The mural features Mr. Jones, his career, as well as other prominent Black trailblazers with regional ties.
Now, in regard to Black population numbers, we can only give 1 point, as it is still pretty low, even with Bremerton's contribution.
And the same for amount of Black people seen, most likely as a result of the low Black population numbers. Still, the tally comes out to a great score that supports our experience and what we heard from Tristan.
Our comfortability for Black people score for the Kitsap Peninsula comes out to an 8 out of 10. Wow, there you have it, our exploration of the Kitsap Peninsula. It's been pretty awesome one, if we could say for ourselves, and we will definitely be back, because to tell the truth, we only scratched the surface.
Hopefully from our journey, we've shown you how the Kitsap Peninsula is a great place to visit any time of the year. Whether it's a base camp for the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the summer, a quick escape for some fun during the winter, or even a great place to live.
Whether you're visiting or even if you're a local, the Kitsap Peninsula is just a ferry ride away. A ferry ride to experience a good time, beautiful sights, delicious food, and, of course, good people.
We hope you hurry and plan your visit to the Kitsap Peninsula.
Tell them TWB sent you.
And of course, we hope you enjoyed our TWB exploration of the Kitsap Peninsula series.
Until next time, beautiful people, stay up, stay true, and do you.